Okay, let's do this. Hi, this is Fitz, and I'm here with Eric.
Hi, everyone.
We are today going to show you what we've done at Central Nervous Systems to enable RMA functionality for MISys. For those who don't know, RMA acronym for Return Merchandise Authorization. It enables MISys users to have their customers return product that's under warranty, needs to be fixed, needs to be replaced, whatever. So it's RMA integration. We've chosen to partner with Verso. Verso is a cloud-based RMA system. We are not demonstrating Verso. In fact, you don't want us to do that because we do a pretty crappy job of it. So this is not a Verso demonstration, neither is this a MISys demonstration. It's a demonstration on the integration of an RMA system with MISys and what the workflow looks like. If you want a demonstration of Verso, we're going to provide the contact information somewhere around this video. And same goes for MISys. If you want a MISys demonstration, you can get in touch with us. So right now, strictly focusing on how the two systems integrate, what information is being traded back and forth between the two. We chose Verso because of its easy deployment, because it's cloud, because of its accessibility. And the whole reason for doing this, integrating an RMA system with MISys, is it standardizes a returns process that lessens the amount of customer service involvement and burden in taking care of one of those transactions. And the benefit to the customer, it gives the customer instant feedback and the ability to check the status of their RMA. So the way we kick it off here, Eric's going to just from a high level explain how they work and then jump into it and show. And I guess the first thing we should talk about is how this whole RMA gets initiated. And I'll take that part, Eric. What happens is that the manufacturer will provide their customer, whoever it is that would actually want to submit an RMA, with a link. And that link is to the landing page with Verso where they start the whole process. So that could be a link in an email. It could be, and Eric just pushed it. A link in an email, a link on your website, something like that that gets the customer to here. And Eric, you can take over and tell us what happens after this.
Yeah, so when the manufacturer has registered with Verso as a user, then they get their access to their Verso page. And as administrator, then they can create access for all their customers. So that's the terminology I'm going to use, customers and manufacturer. And the manufacturer will create these customer access, and each one will be unique. From the manufacturer's perspective, they have one interface where they collect all the RMA submitted by their customers. And so what you're looking at is the access from the manufacturer's perspective. When I log in, you'll be able to see and landed on this page where I have a summary of all the maintenance report. They call them MTR. So maintenance report submitted by different companies. So this is the point from a manufacturer's perspective to go and check out all the submissions by their customers. Now, the way it works between Verso and MISys is we take advantage of the Verso API, where we use something called a token. A token is an ID that tells the program between the two systems that they will recognize the same ID that will pass between the two programs. So imagine I have an ID and I can download information specific to that ID from Verso to MISys. And if I have any update made to MISys, I can always use the same token to pass information back to Verso. In doing so, we use this token to create a closed loop. That information first created in Verso will get into MISys. Updates in MISys will go back to Verso, making this a very seamless process. Now, what I'm going to show you is an example of that. And here on my screen, I have prepared a new maintenance report. This maintenance report, and like Sean said at the beginning, I'm not demonstrating the entire setup, all the ins and outs about Verso, because there's quite a lot of setup. But what I've done is have a very basic template of a maintenance report. The customer will come and then create this particular report and submit a few pieces of information that is critical. The first one is the customer can look up the serial number of their product and then validate it. This validation process is important because the manufacturer will upload serial number, product information, and even warranty dates to Verso. And so when the customer inputs the serial number into the maintenance report, this validation step already takes care of checking whether the product is under warranty or not. So that is a very important feature in Verso. And you can see here in my example, I validated the product. This product is currently under warranty because the expiration date is December 15, 2018. Other things I will, as a customer, I will put on this maintenance report is things like problem summary. If I have identified something that's wrong with the product, I can put it here, like I put power cable damage and cause a short circuit. And I can also select from these drop-downs created by the manufacturer to identify any specific issues I can communicate to the manufacturer. Here I said external power supply failed. Those are the key information you need, and the customer can now submit this maintenance report with the confirmation. So we can see that a new maintenance report has been created. RMA number is 1115. Okay. Now you can see on my screen there's a pop-up saying that there is an email. There are a number of test setup that we have in Verso. That's why you may see some additional emails. But typically, when a customer submits an RMA, the manufacturer will get an email notification. At the same time, the customer will get something like this. As you can see in the pop-up, RMA 1115 has been created. So the customer has an email feedback reminding them what RMA number has been created for them. They can submit and ship the product back with this RMA number attached to it. So what does that do? Now that the maintenance report has been created, this is now the beginning of the token. This token allows information that we just created in the maintenance report to go all the way back to MISys. And I'm going to switch my screen to show you the MISys setup. What we're looking at is, what we're looking now is my MISys setup. We're looking at the manufacturing orders, which is part of the advanced manufacturing module in MISys. You can currently see that there are only 2 manufacturing orders that I created for testing. When I refresh, the system is going to show you the information that's created along with that token come into MISys. So let's take a look. Here we go. So it shows up with the RMA number. It shows you the serial number of the unit that comes back. It tells us that it is a warranty repair, and we classify that under the job RMA, so we can track costs specific to this repair. Because this is a customer-owned inventory, we have created a location called cuts in. Again, we want to segregate this product from our regular inventory, so we can have full tracking of the whereabouts of customer units. Okay, and if we open it up and have a look, we capture some additional information in these custom fields. The problem summary that was captured in the maintenance report, and we identify that there is, from the drop-down, external power supply failed. So these are information that comes straight from the maintenance report. So this is all good going one way. We call this the download from Verso into MISys. But like I said, because of using the token, we can update this manufacturing order. For example, now I have received the unit. I can update this manufacturing order. And this information, along with the token, which is the RMA number, will now go what we call upload back to Verso. And so as a customer, when I go and log back onto Verso, I should be able to see that information, which is the status, has been updated from a new RMA to one that is called receiving. So let's take a look at that. So this is the screen that we looked at after we submitted that maintenance report. I'm going to do a refresh. As you can see, the status has been updated. So this is what Sean was talking about earlier. This helps the customer stay informed about the status of their RMA without calling the manufacturer from time to time to see what's happening. Now, as a customer, I don't only want to know that the unit has been received. I also want to stay informed about what happened to the unit. Why did it fail? So now going back to MISys, think of from the perspective of the manufacturer. I have now performed my diagnostics, and I'm going to update my RMA. I'm going to say this unit has defective wire, and the corrective action is we have reconnected it, and I updated the status. Sorry. Now, because the program running in the background always checks for updates, so it was asking me to do a refresh. So now saving this information, I should be able to go back to my Verso screen. And when that update comes, and I can drill down into the maintenance report, I should be able to see all the updates that I put into the manufacturing order in MISys over here in the Verso setup. So let's do a refresh. As you can see, the status has been updated to shipping, and the information we updated with the root cause being a defective wire, corrective action, those are the information that come back from MISys. So that's how the two systems are integrated using this RMA Verso program that CNS has created, and it shows the closed loop function connecting information from the two systems to keep things updated. So in a nutshell, that's how it works.
Brilliant. Nicely done. Thank you, Eric. So if anybody wants to see this in more detail, if anybody's got questions, somewhere around this video, there'll be a way to get in touch with me. Again, if you want to have a look at Verso, I'll also have some contact information on the page here that gives you the contact information for those guys. And that's it. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Eric. That was excellent. And let's record something else again here soon.
All right. Great. Thanks, everyone.